Hi. Hi, how's it going? Okay, so today I gotta be kind of quick, so I'm gonna probably just go through this. This is a very, very, very easy recipe, and it's super quick, so I almost feel like I should do something later today too, just because this is such a short, easy thing to do, but I've got something to do today. So I'll just go ahead and get started, because I have exactly 50 minutes until I have to leave the house, and this shouldn't take that long. So anyways, I'm making my Jammy Dodgers, the cookies, because I think I've made them, I've posted a picture of them before, the little, they were like little bugs. They were like, I have like a bee cookie cutter, and then like a dragonfly, so I'm gonna just make the bees today. It's just easier because they're not as fragile. They're like, here, I've got my dragonfly. The dragonfly is like a little fragile because of the tail, so I'm just gonna do the bees. It's a lot easier. I don't have to worry about them breaking as much. Cool. All right. Pin it. Okay, I pinned one of them. Someone said it, or two people said it at the same time. But so yeah, I'm making Jammy Dodgers because they're super easy. Because the reason why I'm making these today is because I'm going to an event, and they want you to bring like a vegan snack or something, some kind of dessert. And this is the easiest, quickest thing I know how to do and do it well. So I'll just go ahead and get started. And then there's Rory, right on time. Hey, what's up? Right on time. You want to sit down? You want to hang out? Okay. So, you want to sit back down? No? Yes? No? You want to play? Down here? Yeah? Nope. And she's not gonna. Okay. I'll do this with Rory. Anyways, so this recipe is super easy, so maybe I can do it with her. Give me just a second. Get adjusted here. Okay, so first all you need is 1 cup of non-dairy butter. You can use Earth Balance, you can use Smart Balance, just the regular margarine. Not all of Smart Balance's butters are vegan, but the margarine is. So yeah, just 1 cup non-dairy butter, and you're just gonna put it in your like mixing bowl. Super easy. It's only a 3-ingredient recipe, and I'll post it later. So, okay. So I got my butter in there, and then you just need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and you just pour that right in the butter. And I used, where'd it go? I don't know how I do it. Oh. I use this brand of sugar. I get it at Kroger. I think Walmart sells it too, but I've showed many times that it's a bone char free sugar. You always want to use a sugar that says either vegan or bone char free, I guess. Now they say that. It's pretty early. I gotta get going before noon, so that's why I'm trying to do this early today. But I'll share it so that way it stays for a while. So anyways, this is gonna be the only part that takes a minute, which is you just have to mix, you have to cream the butter with the sugar. So I'll bring my music over here. And then this takes a little bit, so I'm just gonna start it. And you wanna do it on like medium-high heat. Or heat, mixing, medium-high speed, I don't know. I've got mom brain today. So it takes like a minute because you want it to be like cream, so you gotta give it like a few minutes. Here, I'll turn my music up so you guys don't have to hear my mixing. How are you guys all doing today? I know, I'm trying to multitask here. It's going. Okay, so see how it's like nice and fluffy now? It's like a really fluffy butter sugar mixture. That's like exactly what you want. Alright, I'm gonna see if she's gonna let me put her down. Probably not. I'm gonna try. Okay, I might be able to get away with this for a minute. You gonna be good? Yeah? You're so good. So now I just need, I'm gonna do it in half cup increments, wherever my half cup went. Okay. So next, all you do is you add 2 cups of flour, and you can use gluten-free if you want. I'm just using this flour. I like it a lot, and it's on sale right now at Kroger. But you can use gluten-free if you want. You don't have to use this. And you just want to do like half a cup at a time. So just 1/2 cup, and then you want to mix that for just like a second, just until it's kind of blended. And then when you got that kind of blended like that, just add another 1/2 cup. So you're just going to keep doing it in 1/2 cup increments until you get 2 cups. So, what's up, Rory? What's up? What's up? You want to play with a bag of flour? Yeah? You want that? Yeah. Now she's laughing. And it's going to get harder to mix the more flour you put in it, so just keep that in mind. That's okay. It's supposed to get to like a thick dough. Alright, so that's pretty mixed. I'm going to do another 1/2 cup. Like I said, this recipe is like very simple and very easy to do, so. What's up? Okay. So easy, you can do it with a baby. It's not a stone. It's basically, so what a Jammy Dodger is, it's a shortbread cookie, and it's got jam in the middle. So it's like a sandwich cookie. Okay, and then just another 1/2 cup, and then you're done with the dough. And then I'll just show you guys how to roll it out, and then cut your cookies, and that's pretty much it. And I'll show you guys like how long to do it. It's pretty easy. They're super good. I really like them a lot, and they keep really well too. Like I thought the jam would make the cookies very soggy, but it doesn't at all. They keep like for like 2 weeks in the fridge. You want to keep them in the fridge. Okay, so if your dough's a little crumbly, you can try just like using your hands and rolling it into a dough ball. But if it's still too crumbly, you can add like a tiny, tiny, tiny splash of like non-dairy milk. So like if you ever have too dry of dough, just a teeny bit, like not even a tablespoon probably to start with, of non-dairy milk. Can I put you down again? Nope. It's not happening. She wants to hang out. Well, I don't know how to do this part with you, honey. Got an idea. Hold on. If I give her like cooking utensils to play with, sometimes that keeps her distracted. We'll see. Okay, so my dough's forming really well, so I don't need to add any kind of milk, probably non-dairy milk. It's a little crumbly. I'm going to add just a tiny bit, actually. That'll probably help it, make it easier. So like I said, just like a tiny splash. So I'm gonna use like a capful. And I'm using just Almond Breeze unsweetened. That just makes it a little easier to work with. I haven't been working on Rory's painting lately. I just haven't really had time. I've been like working on other stuff around the house. I keep wanting to go back to it, but I just keep getting distracted by other things. Okay, so now we've got that. So now I'm going to flour a surface to work on. So I've got no counter space in here, so I'm using my oven as a workspace. So you just want to take some flour, pour it on your work surface, and then just kind of roll out the dough on it. And if your dough's a little too wet, like I added a little too much milk, just put a little bit of flour on it and roll it into it. What? What are you yelling about? What are you yelling about, huh? What? Just being goofy. I'm glad you like the cookies. Anyone that's like seeing this, thank you, and like bought the cookies, thank you so much for getting those. I really appreciate it. And I'm really, really glad people liked them a lot. So that really makes me happy. Like, I really appreciate it. What are you upset about? What? What? Oh, I know. Hold on. I got snackies for you. Rory loves these, by the way. If you have kids, these are great. They're like little baby mum snacks. She's like super into them. They're vegan, of course. They're just like little like snacky crackers. She loves them though. Alright. Maybe that'll distract her for like 5 minutes. Okay, so now I've got my dough ball, and I'm just going to roll it out to about 1/4 inch thick. And I've got this really nice roller Jeff got me. It's got like measurements on it, so like I don't have to guess about it. But you want it like about that thick. I'll show you when it's done. So, and then, I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. Kind of. There we go. I just kind of press it down a little bit. I know that's probably not the proper way to do it, but that's just how I do it. And if your rolling pin sticks at all, just flour it. See, it's starting to stick, so just add more flour. Doesn't hurt. Okay, so the thing that makes Jammy Dodgers different is you have to make like 2 sides to each cookie. So let me grab my hand. So I've got just a cookie sheet with parchment paper on it to line the pan, and then that's what I'm putting my cookies on. And for this, I'm going to use, so I'm using my B cookie cutter, and you want to just dip it in your flour, that way it doesn't stick to the dough. So yeah, and then you just press down, obviously, like it's not hard to cut a cookie, but you want to do 2 for each cookie. And then one of them, I don't know if you can see this, so one of them is going to have a little hole in the middle. So I'm just using, you can use anything around the house, so I'm just like using like a little like icing tip. And that way you can like see the, because the whole thing about Jammy Dodger is like you see the jam in it. So that's pretty much it. And then I want to get just a spatula, and then I just dip it in my flour mixture. And then I'm just gonna pull my cookies out and put in one here. And these bees would look so much cuter if I had like a little mini heart cookie cutter or something like that, or like a little honeycomb shape or something like that, or, but I just am working with what I've got at home, which is just like a little icing tip, so they're just gonna have round centers. So yeah, this is it for the cookie. You can see it's like 2 little cookies. They're going to be sandwiched together. And as far as the jam goes, really any kind of jam works. I like this kind, this kind's like just a local one. I recommend getting local or homemade, you know, whatever you can get. It always tastes better, plus you're supporting someone that's like local. But you can also make your own jam, which I would have done for this, but 1, I didn't have time, 2, I've never made jam, and it looks really hard to do. But it probably isn't hard to do. I don't know. It just, when I was looking it up for like 5 minutes, it looked complicated for me doing right now. So yeah, just any kind of jam, but you want to make sure it's jam. You don't want to use preserves, you don't want to use jelly, you want to use jam. That's why it's called a Jammy Dodger, and it's a lot thicker. So that way it doesn't like seep out of the cookies or melt out. So that's pretty much it. Now you're just going to bake those for about 15 to 20 minutes. I would recommend checking them at about 15. You can even do like 10 minutes and check them. You want the edges to be slightly golden brown, but they are a little bit of a crispy cookie. How you should keep the shape of the cookie cutter. So like I just showed with the spatula, when you press down on the cookie, just pull up. Don't try to like shake it or move it or anything. And then use a floured like spatula and just go underneath it and pull up. And then just kind of gently slide it off. And if you lose your shape a little bit, you can kind of just use your hands and like kind of fix it a little bit. Making jam is easy. Okay, I would really like to make it. It just, when I was looking it up for like 5 seconds, I found like different recipes that were like all very different, and I just was like, I don't have time for this. So I bet it's not hard to do though. Someone just said it's not. Can you see Rory? She's down there. Oh, I see her now. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. So I gotta get going and work on this. We're actually gonna go today to a animal sanctuary, and we're going to feed turkeys. So that's kind of what we're doing today. It's like an event where you can eat vegan food with other vegan people, and like it's a social thing, and like you get to see a bunch of like rescued farm animals. It's really cool. I've always wanted to like take Rory to one of these things, so that's what we'll be doing today. And I might do a live from there just to show you guys like the sanctuary. I've never been to it. We'll see, but I feel bad because this recipe's so quick and easy that it only took me like a few like minutes to do versus normal like length. I do like longer lives, but yeah, I gotta get going. So, but if you guys have any questions, let me know about like the cookies or anything. I'll post the recipe later, and I'll try to do a live later. Can't promise it. You know, I might be busy with Rory, but we'll just see. But thank you guys, and have a great day. See ya.